Because I understand that like 50 to 80% of businesses that go on the market end up not sold for lack of preparation or otherwise. Can you tell us like what the biggest breakdowns and what causes a business to not sell?
I think not being prepared is number one. Not knowing what you're getting into before you even start.
Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. I'm doing a series of spotlights on remarkable business intermediaries from across the country. And joining me on this segment is Orlando Rivera. He's the founder of ASPIRA Business Brokers and Advisors. Orlando, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mark. How are you today?
Great. Orlando, tell us a little bit about your work and specifically tell us who are the types of clients that you specialize in helping and working with.
Yeah, so we're primarily a business brokerage, helping small to medium-sized business owners sell their business. We do sell-side representation, which again is representing the business owner. We also do buy-side representation, so we're helping buyers actually look at opportunities, make sure it's a good fit for them, and bring it all the way to home, right, to a complete transaction. We typically deal with businesses that are again, there's a term, Main Street and lower middle market. So Main Street businesses are the ones you see on Main Street, right? So pizza shop, restaurants, gas station, you name it. But we also do lower middle market, which are, it's a bigger range, but the cash flow is much higher and it's a different set of buyers out there. There is no particular industry we focus in. We really are, our service and our process works really well with brick and mortar businesses as well as purely online businesses. We work with independently family-owned businesses as well as franchised businesses. We also are a real estate brokerage, so we primarily work in commercial real estate and investment real estate. And then when you put them together, we're a full service. So sometimes business owners own both the real estate and the business, and they need help figuring out which one goes first, how to put them together, how to maximize value and timing and everything else. The advisory services, it can include business valuations, it can include preparing a business for sale, it can even include helping with financing. So these are all the things we do as part of a process of a sale. And then we can a la carte those services as well.
Business owners are so talented in many areas, from starting their business, and oftentimes they started with a passion for what it is that they do, and then eventually they learn how to actually run the business of it. But now when it comes time to selling the business, how many of these owners really even know where to start?
I would say almost none of them, really. A lot of times when they come to us, they're looking to sell now, right? They made the decision, they've came to that point. And quite honestly, most times they spend years thinking about it and daydreaming about something else before they even take that first step to do something about it. And, I appreciate the question and I appreciate what you're doing here. And hopefully the information gets out there just to business owners, because I love small business owners that, the entrepreneur who goes out there, solves a problem, makes the world a better place, right? It's even if it's as simple as a bakery, they really offer something to the community that makes life much more enjoyable, right? And I'm passionate about serving those people who go out and work and take the risk of doing, fulfilling their lifestyle, their dreams that they've designed and they want to create. A person should think about preparing their business for sale probably from the time they formed it. So you got to think about the exit in mind before you start. And that's the same as if you're going to, to solving your daily problems. So if you go into a business, you're creating a lifestyle. You're creating a business that centers around you. That's part of the great thing about it. It's also part of the problem with that. And so you're doing what you love to do, making perhaps a very good living. You may have a few employees, but you're running into a few traps there. So I think, also probably the next thing I might want to say is just that I think a business owner should think about looking for the right advisor to help them get those answers. And it's very unfortunate. A lot of times business owners don't even think about getting that question. I don't know if they think, is this too expensive? I don't know if they don't even know who exists out there to help them. But in any event, a person should be thinking about their business and the value of their business as soon as possible.
A lot of business owners aren't aware of the services of an intermediary or a broker. Could we kind of shine a light on that a little bit and help us kind of point out the value of it and what you can do and take off of their shoulders and how you can help them maximize the sale of their business? Give us a look at what it's like working with an intermediary.
Yeah, this is like a public service announcement, right? Because first of all, most business owners don't even know a business broker exists and what they do. In short, a business broker will help you go from the decision to sell your business to actually closing on the deal, right? Bringing in buyers confidentially, or marketing it confidentially, vetting buyers, making sure there's a good fit, and facilitating the process from A through Z to, to complete transactions so they can move on to something else that they're interested in. But obviously there's planning and work to do prior to putting it up in the market. And even during the process, we go through a two-step process. So it's phase one, we help prepare the business. That may take several weeks to prepare. So we go through the financials, and the financials, honestly, for most business owners need to understand that's half the value. The story, what I call the story, is the other half of the value, how it's being managed. In other words, how sellable is it? How removable are you as an owner from the business? And then, of course, we do the work that has to be done. There's many fires that come up, and there are many landmines that you can step in, and it's our job to help them navigate through that.
Yeah, speaking of some of those landmines, can we talk about a few of those? Because I understand that like 50 to 80% of businesses that go on the market end up not sold for lack of preparation or otherwise. Can you tell us like what the biggest breakdowns and what causes a business to not sell?
I think not being prepared is number one. Not knowing what you're getting into before you even start. I think that's probably the biggest problem. For us, I think when we prepare business, we're looking at those negatives. We're looking at the issues that may be problems for buyers, and we're actually repackaging it. So we're not lying, we're not making something up, of course, but we understand that if, for example, the analogy I give is in preparing a business and positioning in the marketplace, dating, like matchmaking, you're looking for the right partner, the right on the other side. And it's also positioning, similar to like when I was selling a house or putting a house on the market, for example, back in the day. And that was very small. The rooms were very tight. There was no closets in it. And when the guys come through with their spouse or family, they would look at this and say, this is not enough room, right? Guys need to spread their legs. So they want that castle, okay? But women want the opposite. So we repositioned it and said, and referred to the property as quaint or cozy. And those who liked it apparently turned out to be single women who came in with their child and they were like, you know what, this is perfect. Utilities bill's not hot. I don't have to maintain and clean a lot. They would, it solved all their problems. So it was the perfect, and we didn't change the price, right? And in fact, a lot of times when we're positioning a business for sale, if we do it really well, then we're going to get top value because that buyer says, you know what, I could do so much more with this, that it's worth more to me and I can afford it and I'll take this. So that's, I think for us is the planning and preparation. We do that literally on the fly as we go. But there are countless reasons why I think, someone probably doesn't sell.
What inspired you to get into this field and help business owners sell their businesses? How did you get started?
I was an attorney, New Jersey and Pennsylvania attorney, and I helped someone start a business from a kitchen table, grew it to a multi-million-dollar company, coast to coast. And then someone who knew me was a business broker and asked if I'd be on their board of advisors on an education organization for business owners, entrepreneurs, and investors. And I geek out on that kind of stuff. So in any event, he introduced it to me, and I said, "Oh my God, this is incredible!" And I was all in.
Is there anything that I didn't think to ask you that you feel is important to share with business owners that are considering selling in today's economy?
Yeah, I think the most important thing to say right now, we're seeing this right now with business owners in our region, and that's coming out of the COVID. I think a lot of business owners are feeling a little apathetic about the entire process. Either they're responding by saying, I want this much and that's it, or look, I know that I need this for retirement, but I'm not ready. This business is not worth it. My most important thing I would say is if you're looking to sell or thinking about selling your business, to start now. We'll do the work to figure out what the actual value is, get an expert to give you the opinion on what the value is. And then bring in other partners to figure out, okay, what does the transition look like and what you're going to do next? Because I think the biggest concern right now with business owners is they don't know what they're going to do next. They don't think they'll have enough to retire. They're concerned about inflation. They're concerned about so many different things. And I think it's important to know that they don't have to do it by themselves. There are advisors out there. We can create a team with financial advisors, accountants, attorneys, you name it, and help them solve those problems to get where they're trying to get to.